What's happening there? What's the translation first of all? The book of the man. Again, look for the sign. Can you see the kitab has no al, no tanween, it's light. And the second word, mudafun ilayh, is always in jar. If the second word is not in jar, it can't be mudafun ilayh. It can't be mudafun ilayh. The first word, there are different hows depending on the sentence and the context. But the second word is always in jar, because mudafun ilayh is always jar. So the book of the man. Next one, Rasulullahi, the messenger of Allah. Rasul there is going to be light, and the word Allah, the second word is going to be in jar. Rasulullahi, the messenger of Allah. Next one, Yawmiddin. You say judgment is fine. Yawmiddin, the day of, you can say the day of the judgment, but normally in English you just say the day of judgment. But literally the day of the judgment. Bayti rajulin. Now there's an unusual case here, but the mudafun ilay, the second word doesn't have to have an al. Although most times it will have an al, but it doesn't have to have an al. You can see it's still light. Bayti is light, no tanwin, no ta'al, and rajul is still jar, so it's light followed by jar, so it's the house of a man. The house of a man. Next one, Muslimil Madinati. Muslimi comes from which word? Comes from Muslimina. What does Muslimina mean? Many Muslims. Muslimina means many Muslims. So the Muslims of the city. So we have light because the noon is dropped off, followed by jar. Last one, Salihati Masjidin. Translation? Good. Salihati means pious women. So the pious women of a masjid. The pious women of a masjid. So hopefully you got that, inshallah. Did Maulana Yazid mark the mudafin ilayh exercise with you? 6.3. They got to the answers with you. I know you have the answers, but I'm saying, did someone go? Did Maulana Yazid go through it with you in class? Someone saying yes, someone saying no. Okay, let's go through a few of them, inshallah. 6.3. Hopefully you have some writing there, because it was almost 2 weeks ago. If you're not doing homework, it will be very difficult for you to keep up. I'll just share this. Where is this thing? Okay, so the main thing in 6.3 was just to translate it. So if you go to, let's go to number 1, inshallah. Number 1 reads 6.3 on page number, there's no page number here. Okay, I got it here. So 6.3 has mudaf and mudaf ilayh and some other things as well. So here's number 1, Ayatul Rahman. Ayatul Rahman, translation, the verses or the signs of the most merciful. You can say the word ayat is light, because the normal version is ayatun, yet ayatu. Ar-Rahmani, the verses of the most merciful. Next one, Nasrullahi. Nasr means help or victory. Nasrullahi, the help or the victory of Allah. Nasru is light, the normal version is Nasrun. Nasrullahi, the help of Allah. Next one, Malikin Nas. Malik means king. Maliki is light. What's the normal version? Malikin. This is Maliki. Maliki, the king of An-Nas, of mankind. The king of mankind. Number 4, Fi Sabilillah. So now we have 3 words there. What does fi mean? In. The word Sabil, is the word Sabil light or heavy? Light. What's the heavy version? Sabilin, but you have Sabili. And the next word Allah, Rasul Jalala, is what in jar? We have light followed by jar. Therefore I must add what? The and of. So in what? In the path of Allah. Fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah. For those who are doing the Nahw, the fi is harful jar. After harful jar comes what? It's ism majroor, sabili is ism majroor. At the same time, sabil is also mudaf, and the word Allah, Rasul Jalala, is mudafun ilay. The mudaf will always be something else as well. It will be a fa'il or a maf'ul or a ism majroor. It will be something else as well. Next one, Sabilul Mujrimin. What's the meaning of Mujrimin? Criminals or wrongdoers. Sabil means path. Is it light followed by jar? Yes. Sabilu, not sabilun, the path of the wrongdoers or the path of the criminals. Sabilul Mujrimin. Next one, Fi Sudurin Nas. You read all the time, Surah An-Nas. Fi, in, Sudur, plural, Sadr is one chest, many chests are Sudur. It's light, there's not Sudurin, it's Suduri. So light followed by jar, in the chests of man. That's where Shaitan whispers, in the chests, in the hearts, in the mankind, humankind. No. Again, fi is harfu jar, sudur is ism majroor. At the same time, sudur is mudaf, and an-nas is mudafun ilay. No. Next one, banatul akhi wal banatul ukhti. What's banat? Daughters. And al-akh is the brother, and al-ukhti, the sister. Al-akh is the brother, and al-ukhti is the sister. So what does banatul akhi mean? Again, banat should stand out. Why? Because it's light, not banatun. It's banatu, light followed by jar. Therefore it's going to be the daughters of the brother and the daughters of the sister. So we have mudaf, mudafun ilay, and after the wa, we have mudaf and mudafun ilay again. Next one, Maliki Yawmiddin. Translation, oh no, Maliki Yawmiddin. This we did before on the board. This is a double mudaf ilay. Yawmiddin is the day of judgment. Maliki Yawmiddin, the master, the owner of the day of judgment. So Malik is mudaf and Yawm is mudafun ilay. At the same time, Yawm is mudaf and ad-din is mudafun ilay. Number 9, ala ta'amil miskin. What does ala mean? Upon. Ta'am, food or feeding. Al-miskin, the poor, the needy. Translation, upon the feeding of the poor. Ta'am literally means food. It'am means feeding, but let's say feeding is fine, but literally means food. Upon the food of the poor. So ala harfu jar, and can see ta'ami is light, al-miskini is jar. Miskini is jar. The word miskin looks like a ina, but it's not ina. How do you know it's not ina? Because there's no I on the na. It's miskini. It's not a jam mudhakkar salim. Miskin is just how the word is. Okay, it's just a single word. Miskin is how the word is. It's like one is the poor. No. Next one. Narullahi al-muqadah. Surah Humaza. Narullahi al-muqadah. Let's look at Narullah first alone. Narullahi. Translation? The fire of Allah. So you can see nar is light, not narun, naru, light followed by jar, the fire of Allah. What's al-muqadah? Kindle. Kindle means when you add fuel to it. The fire of Allah, whatever fire, that is, fuel has been added to it. It's been kindled. What's interesting here is what is muqadah doing in the sentence? It's describing which word? It's describing Allah or describing the fire? It's describing the fire. Does it match in gender? What is the gender of al-muqadatu? Feminine. Tamarbuta. What's the gender of nar? Feminine. No, remember nar you said is deen feminine. So the gender there both is feminine, feminine. The encasing is both raf'un and raf'un. Number is singular. Last one, definiteness. Definite or indefinite? Al-muqadatu is definite. If you say al, it's definite. How about nar? Definite or indefinite? Is nar definite or indefinite? Do you say a fire or the fire? The fire, it's definite. I'll give you a rule to remember. Mudaf is always definite, because there's always a hidden al there, or an implied al. Mudaf is always definite. So narullah al-muqadah, muqadah is actually sifa, and nar is mawsuf. Now, one more thing to derive from the example is that nothing comes between mudaf and mudaf ilayh, but something can come between sifa and mawsuf. In other words, mudaf and mudaf ilayh is always next to each other, but sifa and mawsuf can be apart. You know, it's going to have the sifa mawsuf here and the sifa later on. You with me? But the mudaf and mudaf ilayh, it's always together. Nothing comes in the middle. No word comes in the middle of the two of them. Next one. Kafaru min ahli al-kitab. What's kafaru min? Kafara, kafara, kafaru. It's a verb. So what does it mean? We must translate it as a verb. So what does kafara mean as a verb? Kafara means to disbelieve or to be ungrateful. So kafaru means they disbelieved. They disbelieved. Or they were ungrateful. Min, from Ahlul Kitab, the people of the book. Ahlul Kitab is mudaf and mudafun ilayh. Next one. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahrin. Let's start with the two things. First thing, Laylatul Qadri. What does Qadr mean? Power, decree, many other meanings. Okay, say night of power. What does Laylatul Qadr mean? The night of power. There's no haraka on there, but there should be a single dhamma on the ta marbuta. Should be Laylatul Qadri. So Laylatul Qadri means the night of power. Khayrun is better min than alfi shahrin. Actually, alfi shahrin is also mudaf ilayh. The 1,000 of months. But in English we'll say 1,000 months. But literally the 1,000 of months. Next one. يسمعون كلام الله. يسمعون Present tense or past tense? Present tense. Yasma'u, yasma'ani, yasma'u, yasma'una. Yasma'una, they are hearing. What are they hearing? Kalam Allahi. The kalam, the speech or the words of Allah. What do you have there? You have jumlatul fi'liya. Can you see yasma'u is the verb? Where's the doer for yasma'una? Is it on the end, the left or inside? Is it the end of the word or is it on the left or inside? Where's the doer? At the end, this unaya. That's the doer. They are hearing. What are they hearing? Can you see kalama is maf'ulun bihi. They are hearing what? The speech. So kalama is maf'ulun bihi. Therefore it's nasb. At the same time it's mudaf. And the word Allah is mudafun ilay. Some of you might get lost when I explain things. The main thing for you is to try to translate it correctly. The main thing is for you to try to translate it correctly. Next one. Wallahu khairul raziqin. And Allah is khairul raziqin, the best of the providers. The best of the providers or the best of the sustainers. Next one. Rabbul mashriqaini, the Lord of al-mashriqaini, on the two easts. Wa Rabbul maghribain, and the Lord of the two wests. Next one. Tanzilun min Rabbil Alamin. Tanzil, a revelation. Min, from Rabbil Alamin. Rabb is like the Lord of the worlds. Next one. A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq. I seek refuge. Be in the Lord of the daybreak. The Lord of the daybreak. Next one. Yakfuruna bi ayatillah. They disbelieve. Be in the verses of Allah. Ayat, the verses or the signs of Allah. Next one. وَقَالَتْ طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. وَقَالَتْ, and said. Who said? Fa'il is طَائِفَةٌ. Ta'ifa means a group. And said. Who said? A group said. Min, a group from where? Min أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ, the people of the book. Next one. تعرف في وجوههم نضرة النعيم. تعرف, you will recognize, you will see, في, in, wujuhihim, in their faces. What will you see? نضرة النعيم. نضرة is light, na'im is jar, so you must add the and of. You will see what in the faces? The nadra, the illumination, the brightness of an-na'im, of the bliss, referring to Jannah. You will see in their faces, you will recognize in their faces the illumination of the bliss. You have an answer sheet for that. Do you have an answer sheet for that? Eh? So go through it, inshallah. Try to understand the Nahw. I just mostly the translation. Try to understand the Nahw, inshallah. Everybody still okay? So? If you so, it's okay. Alhamdulillah. Just carry on. Just carry on. It's the first round. Just carry on, inshallah. Time just keep with. Main thing is you must do your homework. If you don't do your homework, you can't remember now from 2 weeks ago, mudaf, it's too vague. You must practice, do your homework. Okay, so I finished that. What did you do? What new work did you do last week? Damir. What's a damir? Pronoun. Not the amateur noun? Eh? Pronoun. So what's a pronoun? What's a pronoun? A pronoun is, instead of saying the person's name, I refer to them using a he or she or something. Instead of saying Ahmad came to class, then Ahmad sat, then Ahmad opened his book, and then Ahmad read. What do I say? Ahmad came to class, then he sat, then he opened his book, then he read. That he there is called a pronoun. In Arabic it's called what? Damir. What's the plural? Dama'ir. Damir, pronoun. Then you get two types of pronouns. What are the two types? Attached and detached. Attached and detached. Let's do detached first. Do you know the detached pronouns? Huwa, whom? Let's bismillah inshallah. Okay, again inshallah. Bismillah. Huwa, whom? Huwa, whom? Hiya, hunna, anta, antum, anti, antunna, ana, nahnu. Why are they called detached? Because they appear on their own, not attached to another word. Okay, let's leave that for now. Let's do attached. Attached. Those are going to be the attached. Them. You don't have to memorize them like a scale, but you just have to know them. For example, if I ask you, what does ha mean? She or her or he, her or he or she. No, fine. What does ka mean? You for what? You one male. What does ki mean? You one female. What does kum mean? You many males or mixed group. What does kunna mean? You many females. What does na mean? Us or we. What does e mean? I. And who? Kitabuhu, who? He or his or him. And whom? They or them or theirs. You with me? Okay. So that's the attached pronouns. What I didn't put in the worksheet was that the who has two versions. It can either be who or it can be he. Same thing. Who, he, same thing. Okay, it just depends on what sounds better. You don't say kitabihu. Sounds strange. Kitabihu. Say kitabihi. Sounds better. So who and he is the same thing. Same with whom. Whom and him is the same thing. So make a note inshallah in your book so you know. We're on page, that's on 7.1. 7.1 in your workbook. Just make a note that the who and the he is the same thing. And the whom and the him is the same thing. The most common thing in the Quran is attached pronouns. Of all the things you learned, the most common thing is this thing. You're going to find all over the place. The most common thing, if you just learn this, you know, they do that 80% words of the Quran book. They just teach you this and they say, okay, now you're 20% there. Because it comes all the time. So it comes all the time. These ones comes all the time. Not all of these. Mostly who, whom, ka, kum. Mostly those two. Most those four. And na as well. Maybe those five. Okay. So what do we mean by attached pronouns? What do we attach it to? Pronouns. The nice thing about them is they can attach thing. They can attach to how many types of words you get in Arabic? 3 types. What are the 3 types? Ismun. These can attach to a ismun. It can attach to a fi'lun and can attach to a harf. So these ones can attach to anything. They can attach to anything. But focus now on ismun. For example, the word dinukum. What's the meaning of that? Because religion. What's dinukum? Is kum there? In Makkah is you one man. What's kum? You many. Males or mixed group, you many. So dinukum. Your big group, your religion is dinukum. Next one, Rasul. Our messenger. Can you translate this? Are you sure? So stay with me, please stay with me. Kitabuka. Kitabuka. Your book, who's the you're referring to? Male, female, single, group, who? One male. Kitabuka. Your book. Next one, Amruhu. Amr means a matter. Amruhu. His matter. Amruhu. His matter. Next one, Madrasati. School is madrasa. Madrasati, my school. Next one, masjiduki. Your masjid, who's you referring to? One female. What do we have here? We have examples of a attached pronoun being attached to a ism. You get that? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you a rule. Whether you get it or not doesn't matter, but inshallah good to know. Whenever you have an attached pronoun attached to an ism, you always have mudaf ilay. Okay, so for example the first one, dinukum, where's the mudaf? Dinu, you can see light also, dinu, where's the mudaf ilay? Kum. So you can say your religion, or you can say the something of something. What can you say? The religion of you, of yours, the religion of yours. You with me? You can say your religion, or you can say the religion of yours. Next one. How do I make it the of Rasulullah? But at the end of. So you can say, we say this is mudaf nilay. So the messenger of us, or ours. The messenger of ours, or the messenger of us. You with me? Next one. Kitabuka. The book of you. The book of you, the book of yours. Next one. Amruhu. The matter of his, or of him. The matter of him. Madrasati, the school of mine. Last one, masjiduki, the masjid of you or of yours. So what I'm saying is that whenever you have attached pronoun attached to them, you. What I said now, just say the same thing to your partner. And you must give 2 examples, and your partner must give 2 examples. Make up 2. Use kitab, qalam, bab, something else. Make up 2 examples. Walad, bint, anything. Bait. Okay, bismillah. When it is attached to an ism, it's always mudafun ilay. For example, kitabur rajuli. Translate for me. The book of the man. What type of construction is that? Mudaf and mudafun ilay are added then added of. So what's the difference between saying kitabu rajuli and saying kitabuhu? His book or the book of him. And the same thing there, I have mudaf and I have mudafun ilay. So what do you think the hal of that who is? What do you think the hal of that who? Kitabuhu. What do you think the hal of it is? What is the hal of the who? Okay, what's the hal of a-rajuli? A-rajuli, what's the hal there? Rajuli. Why is it jar? It's mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh is always jar. So I'm asking you, that there is mudaf ilayh, what's the hal of that thing? Okay, even though it has a u, you can't see it by the u there. That hal there is jar. Why? The rule simple mudafun ilay is always in jar. That's one of those fixed things. You know, change, like for example, ha, kitabuha, can I make it raf'un? The ha stays ha, kitabuha, the ha stays ha. You understand? So you can't see it on there. You can't see it on there. Okay, so it's always jar. Yeah, but that's not mabni. Yeah. At least we'll get there inshallah. But it is mabni, but we'll get there inshallah. Okay. Translate quickly inshallah. Baytuhu kabirun. Baytu kabirun. Process quickly. Baytuhu kabirun. Baytuhu kabirun. His big house or his house is big? His house of big. Forget niya makana, no? Okay, bayt, please break it down. What does baytuhu mean? Baytuhu on its own, doesn't say his house or the house of him, same thing. Let's say his house, baytuhu. Baytuhu, right? The next word is kabirun. Kabirun. What is kabirun? Is kabirun a sifa or is it khabar? Is it sifa? Is it describing it? Like saying his big house, giving information, saying his house, what about his house? It is big. Okay, if it was a sifa, which is not, if it was a sifa, it must match in what? Jend. Is baytu definite or indefinite? Baytuhu, is bayt is definite or indefinite? Definite. The mudaf is always definite. Is kabir definite or indefinite? Indefinite. So it can't be sifa. Baytuhu al-kabir, yes. Baytu al-kabir, then we match. But baytuhu kabir means baytuhu, his house, giving you it, is big. Can see baytuhu is again raf'un, it's definite. Kabir is raf'un, indefinite, it's giving you news. Baytuhu kabirun, his house is big. Jumatul ismiya, bayt is mubtada and kabir is khabar. Next one. Dhahabtu ila baytihi. Dhahabtu. Dhahaba means to go. What does dhahabtu mean? I'm hearing some she went, I went. Anybody else want to go? Dhahabtu, who went? Let's do it inshallah. Dhahaba all together. Dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahabat, dhahabna, dhahabta, dhahabtum, dhahabti, dhahabtunna, dhahabtu, dhahabna. What's dhahabtu? I went. Where did you go? Ila. Dhahabtu, I went ila to to his house. I went to his house. Dhahabtu, I went, ila, to baytihi, his house or the house of him, same thing. The word ila is harful jar, therefore bayt is ismul majroor, therefore as a kasrah. And what is the ha at the end of baytihi? What's the ha here at the end of baytihi? Is it fa'il, is it maf'ul, is it sifa, what is it? I'll give you a clue. The damir attached to an ism is always mudafun ilayh. Can see the first one there is, that's mudafun ilayh. This one here is a damir attached to an ism. It's always mudafun ilayh. Therefore I say, the house of him or his house. His house. Next one. Ra'aytu baytahu. Ra'aytu means I saw. I saw. What did you say? I saw his house. The house of him. Ra'aytu. The ta is the fa'il. What did you say? Baytahu. Can see the now. Was baytahu? Was baytah? It's done upon. What did you see? I saw bayta maf'ulun bihi, his house. Okay, all I want to show you just here, you can see in raf'un, baytuhu mubtada. Next one, baytihi, that's a ism majroor, ila bayti, and a bayta, that's a maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi. Okay. If you're not so 100%, it's okay. It mustn't be like 10%, but we say like 30-40% inshallah. Okay. I'm going to mark this now. Did you mark this last week, Yazid? This is 7.3. It's 7.3. It's 7.3. Did you mark? How much did you mark of it? I know this homework, so how much did you mark? Okay. Are you still doing homework? Finish now the homework. We're still going to start inshallah, no? The new year is still there, no? One day I'm sitting back so they can catch up. The book's almost finished, no? So you must start sometime. The year's almost finished. So you must bismillah sometime at least, inshallah. Okay. Your homework was what? 7.2 and 7.3. 7.2 is separate. 7.2 is attached to a verb. It's a damir, a pronoun attached to a verb, and 7.3 is a pronoun attached to a ism or into a harf. What is the time now? 25 to. Okay, what I'm going to ask you rather, instead of me going through the answers, I'm going to give you a few minutes. Get into groups. Are the tutors here? Are you here for a couple of minutes? Inshallah, get into groups inshallah. And start marking your homework, inshallah. Marking your homework. Bismillah, the tutors will come around and I'll help you. You also have an answer sheet as well, so you can check your homework against the answer sheet. Not 7.2, 7.3, inshallah. Is it what answer sheet do we have? 7.2, 7.3? What do they have? You have 7.3. Which answer should you have? Okay, that's good. So get in the groups inshallah, 7.3, mark your work inshallah. With the answer sheet in the groups, mark your work. Don't just copy the answers, not going to help you. Mark your work inshallah. Tutors should check if they did the homework. If not, you just make special dua from the tutors also. Maybe the tutor dua will help inshallah for them. is 7.2 and 7.3. If you can end off, I want to teach you 6 new words inshallah to memorize for homework. 6 new words you have to memorize for homework. It is on exercise 8.1. So turn to 8.1 in your workbook. In your workbook. And this is also in your textbook on page 24. On page 24 in textbook, and then page 8.1 in your workbook. This 8.1 is fine. 8.1 is fine, inshallah. Okay. So all you have to do is you have to memorize these 6 words for homework. Let's read them first. The first one is going to be ha and hadhihi. It's not on the screen, but in your textbook, in your workbook, you can see on the ha there's a mad there. So I don't say hada, I say hadha. And also in your textbook there's a mad on the ha, so hadhihi. Let's say those 2 words. Hadha, hadhihi. Again. Hadha, hadhihi. Again. What does it mean? Hadha means this, and hadhihi means this. Hadha, this for a male thing. Hadha, this for a female thing. Hadha, this for a male thing. For example, if I'm referring to a book, I will say hadha because the book is male. If I'm referring to a fire, a nar is feminine, I'll say hadhihi. Hadhihi nar, hadha al-kitab. So hadha, hadhihi. Say it again. Hadha, hadhihi. Translation. This male and this, not male, sorry, male thing and female thing, not person, not person. Normally you don't refer to a person as this, unless you want to insult them. You understand? Then you say like this. No. Anyway, next one. Dhalika and tilka. Say together. Dhalika and tilka. Again, the dha is a mad on, so it's not dhalika, it's dhalika. All together. Dhalika, tilka. Again. Tilka. So what does dhalika mean? That, for a male thing. And tilka? That for a female thing. What is the difference between this and that? So normally this you refer to something close, this. And that you refer to something what? Further away. You understand? So I'll say maybe this pen and that window, you know, because difference in space. So I say those 4 together. Hadha, hadhihi, dhalika, tilka. Again. Again. Hadha, hadhihi, dhalika, tilka. Last 2. Haula. Again, the mad on the ha. I can't see it here, but there's a mad. Sorry. Haula, haulai. All together. Haulai. Again. Haulai. Again. Haulai means these. These. Then that refers to people normally. These. And the last one. Ulaika means those. Let's say all 6 inshallah. Hadha, hadhihi, dhalika, tilka, haulai, ulaika. Again. Can you say that and memorize quickly? Okay, and just to make it a bit more confusing, hadhihi can also mean these, and tilka can also mean those. Okay. Hadhihi can also mean these, and tilka can also mean those. Why? Okay, let me explain. Okay. Okay, let me tell you, we'll leave it at that inshallah. Generally in Arabic, when you refer to a plural of a non-human thing, for example, kutub. Al-kutub is kutub a plural? As a plural of kitab. Kitab is one book, kutub is many books. Is kitab human or non-human? Non-human. So if I refer to the plural of a non-human thing, in Arabic in general, I generally use the single feminine. You ask me. So هذه كتب, because I'll use the single feminine. تلك الكتب, so I'll use the single feminine. Okay. And there's more details. Anyway, that's not your concern for now. Your main concern is you must memorize these 6. Memorize these 6 for homework, inshallah. Try and write them out from memory if you can. These 6 are very common in the Quran, and they will be our last lesson in Nahw, inshallah. These 6 words. Okay, that's your homework. Other homework is 7.2. You must finish up, and we will send you 7.2's answer sheet this week, inshallah, and give you a printer next week. 7.3, you have the answer sheet. Try to do the homework first, and then check the answers. Try and do the homework first on your own, then check the answers, inshallah, for 7.3, and try to recap the concepts that we have, inshallah. Okay, barakallah. Into some nasiha, inshallah.